I hit it.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of This Is Our Year. Doug, or Ben, what can I say? It's
Eli,
definitely not, it's not your year.
Eli, no, Eli, no. Blue 32, Green 8, Sheol, how much times is going to give it to Rashad Jennings again?
Oh, Doug,
Oh, I,
happy Halloween, sir. How you doing?
happy Halloween, yeah, dude. And I love the Adam Gase thing. You gotta bring that the whole time for this to work. And dude, I totally forgot we were doing this because of the jet skier thing for like the bet. I shaved off perfect goatee yesterday.
It's okay. It's okay. You're still, you're
I
still
got
living. You know,
I got the fat boy. I got the fat boy. Sea salt pomade.
is that how McAdoo talks? I don't even remember how he
I got
talks.
my suit.
Dude,
It's fat.
can you turn your volume up a little bit?
He doesn't even talk like this. I don't know.
Turn your volume up a little bit and then tell us what you're
I have
drinking there,
lost
buddy.
audio, by the way. Sorry. It's a very complicated costume. There we
Yes.
go. I'm back.
Now we can hear you. Okay. What are we drinking today, Ben?
Oh, did you not catch that? All right. Whatever. Yeah, no. We're drinking Tank 7. Already got started. And we also got the Fat Boy Sea Salt Pomade. Yeah. Gotta keep it looking nice, with the new suit. It's good to be in New York.
Oh my goodness.
Blue
My
32.
goodness. Blue 32. Omaha.
Or just say Omaha Bunch. Yeah. You gotta. Adam, how's it going out there? You gotta love 6-year-old jokes, people. What
Hey.
was Gase? Gase was what, 3 years ago?
He was terminated 3 years ago. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
So
So this is year 3 of Bob Saleh.
who you had to feel for? I was loving the memes with the face towel he did with all the penalties. He really was like maybe the only sympathetic character other than Saquon that day. And
I mean,
guess
dude.
the poor Tommy DeVito, I guess, but
Well, he just signed Matt Barkley to.
your boy.
Yeah, my boy Matt Barkley. USC and Newport Beach native. And he used to work out next to me in the gym, and he would fucking get on the whatever that thing that. Oh, thanks for the crotch shot. What's that thing LeBron made famous? The
Oh yeah, I know what you're
that thing
talking
is.
about.
Yeah, he would get
The
on
thing
that.
I've never used.
Oh yeah, not the Stairmaster, the Treadmaster. I don't know.
I
Anyway,
had some shitty sunglasses here too. I forgot them. Damn it.
that's all right. You nailed it, dude. You fucking nailed it. Is that your gamer like headset?
It's actually it's not. It was sent to me by one of our loyal watchers who sent me his whole entire PS4 rig, and it came with this. This shit, I swear, this shit does not plug into USB. This is an old bad boy. It comes with this. You got to plug this into the wall. You got all kinds of AV connections here. Oh, look at that. AV's up front. Yeah, this is like prime for 89, baby.
I think you might want to donate that.
Blue 32. It's not working.
Oh, they can't hear me. They can't hear me.
Can you hear me, Gabriel?
So Doug, I'm gonna let you off the hook. We did push. That's what we said on the show. So there's no hook that'll be let off.
I can't believe we're still doing this show. I don't want to talk. Once again, I don't want to talk about the Giants after a game. Anyway,
I mean, dude, your
are we
season's
pushing
over.
it? Are we pushing it forward?
Well, no, we gotta wrap up last week. We made a bet.
Yeah.
Winning team with the points. The points were a push. There's no winning team. I'm not going to make you buy Jet stuff for that atrocious W.
You guys don't deserve it. No.
No, and you're not going to make me. I'm sure you would have made me buy Giant stuff if you won the game with negative
Yes.
8 passing yards. Yeah, I think
Yes.
that would have
Yes.
been rightfully so. Yes,
Absolutely.
I would have purchased something Giants and
an entire jersey probably because negative passing yards.
I would have bought a Tommy DeVito jersey. That's what I would have bought.
Yeah, exactly. Tommy DeVito, Syracuse.
It would have gone from 2 sold to 3 sold in America.
Non-family cells, yeah. And right. This kid, God bless his heart, they brought him up to be the backup fucking quarterback without having a plan for him to throw a forward pass. I was as surprised as everybody because I haven't looked this up, so I'm sorry, but from what I remember, Tommy DeVito at Syracuse, he was the backup. Like he got beaten out by a freshman a couple of years ago.
I'm sure. And then he went to Illinois his last year of eligibility.
Oh, that's right.
Transfer portal. I think he played pretty good at Illinois. He was undrafted free agent this year for the Giants, 25 years old. So, the hope is to like make him the developmental backup, maybe in 2 years, which probably won't work. But
he can't throw the ball forward.
I mean, that is an unfair assessment, Doug. They didn't even attempt it. And I get it. Because the Jets defense is one of the top 5 defenses in the league. And you got this guy who's shell shocked, but how you didn't even try to attempt a forward pass with him is malpractice on Daboll's part. And I don't have a lot of bad things to say about him. This year hasn't gone his way for a number of reasons. I still think he's a good coach, but that was stupid. Like, what did you have to lose? So you died. I guess you figured don't make any turnovers, right? But in overtime, you had nothing to lose. It was death by paper cuts, and you threw two behind the line of scrimmage swing passes. Come on, man, let the kid throw the ball. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and by the way, once Gano missed, and then I watched Zach. Well, I watched Wink and Daboll decide to go to prevent, which is always fun. And
dude,
and
you guys beat yourselves
after it worked for 59 minutes and 59 and a half minutes.
Right. You guys beat yourselves.
So he misses the kick. Of course, the Jets tie it up. I left. And Jenny, bless her heart, watched the whole thing with me and watched the overtime by herself. Because why would I watch a team that can't throw the ball forward?
Right. It's not 1947.
And this is the second time this has happened to the Giants in like 3 years. The last year of Joe Judge, this happened. The guy, Brom or whatever his name was, he couldn't throw the ball. They were calling quarterback sneaks on second down.
Oh man, Doug never gets this pissed off. But you know what the sad part is?
This is embarrassing. This is not my shirt. I don't want any Giants gear. What a year. We took off. We didn't talk about that game where they fucked up at the end of the half and the end of the game on the 1 yard line.
Let it out.
I'm done.
Come on.
I'm done. Blue 32.
I will say this. The good news is
throw the ball to Reuben Randall.
The good news is I forgot
Shane Vereen in the flat.
Forgot about that asshole too. He actually had a couple of good games for you guys.
No, he
was a decent third down back until
mad respect to Jennings and Vereen. They were on crappy teams. They're fine gentlemen.
But dude, I will. And you guys went back into the fucking locker room at halftime with no quarterback, and your fucking coach devised a perfect game plan for the opening drive to get you in the end zone.
Dude, it was kind of
beautiful. You drove down the field without throwing the ball, and you knew
it's kind of beautiful.
He went in there and he said, "Look, we don't have a quarterback. We just need to get one touchdown, and if we take the lead, they can't score on us because we're gonna fucking blitz their brains out." And dude, I will say, hat tip to Brant Boyer, the New York Jets special teams coach. He put Will McDonald, our first round pick, who hasn't played much yet, in on that field goal attempt that Gano missed. And that is part of the reason why he missed it. Because McDonald, if you saw him pre-draft, he was posting videos of jumping over cars. This motherfucker can jump over. He can jump over a car. Like,
I remember that.
That's pretty impressive. And he jumped over the the offensive line of the Giants on that field goal,
hey, look.
and I think he made Gano think he had to pull it a little bit, and he pulled it just enough to the right, and I think that's why he missed it, right? Because that was a chip shot. That wasn't like a 50-yard. That was like a 33-yard field goal.
For Graham Gano especially, it was from like the 20-yard line. So yeah,
he's having a rough year. He's like he's not doing so great.
He's not, and he missed the kick in the first half too.
That was a longer kick, though. That was a longer kick in shitty weather.
It was a miserable day at the stadium.
It was a miserable day.
We kid about tanking, but I mean, that is one way you tank. You get your veteran kicker to shank some things. But more importantly, though, and dude, you've made great points about how the game was handled once they were in that situation. But if you're not tanking, how are you starting an NFL game with Danny Jones out? Tyrod Taylor is your starter. How is your backup quarterback a guy who isn't game planned to throw a forward pass?
That's malpractice. That I don't understand. I mean, this happened to us a couple years ago when we had Darnold had mono from making out with like a 19-year-old or something at the underage club.
Yes.
And then we brought in Trevor Siemian was our backup. And Siemian broke his ankle like in the first half. I think on the first drive.
It was like a Monday night game. I remember this.
It was dude, it was fucking miserable. I was like, God, our season's over. That was the year we went 1-7, and then Darnold came back and Gase.
It might have been week 1 or 2, right?
It was week.
It was early
2, I think, because he got mono after week 1, and then I think it was week 2, and so Luke Falk, who was
the Jets, everyone.
Luke Falk was about as good as fucking Tommy DeVito. You know, I mean, he actually was good at Washington State. He came out of a decent air raid offense, but
I already forgot about him.
I mean, because he was forgettable. He had a pop gun arm, and he hated Adam Gase, but at least he almost won a game for us. I mean, he threw the ball forward. He wasn't great, but he knew he was prepared to throw the ball forward. To your point, how is Tommy DeVito the guy on your practice squad that you've elevated to the roster to be your backup quarterback?
Not the first time either. Like it's been 3 times he's been active.
It could be cool if it was if Danny Jones went down,
emergency,
he was the third guy, and then you didn't have a plan. But he's been game plan.
The third week in a row,
right? So I don't understand. That's malpractice to me. Like, you needed to sign someone better, and they signed Matt Barkley today. But whatever, man. Your season
or it's tanking.
Your season's. I mean, is that the worst thing though? This is a good quarterback class.
As long as they don't get dinged for it, sure.
Who's going to ding for it?
No, but the Mets are getting dinged for fucking around with the IR. What was I going to say? It's all good points. I had one other thing, but who cares?
Yeah, you guys should have won the game.
The Leonard Williams trade.
Yeah, well, I think getting a second-round pick for a guy that you only paid a third-round pick for is fucking great. And he's 29. He doesn't fit in the plans. No. Great value. Good job, Shane.
A little bit of dead money, but there's always dead money. I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
Jake Fromm was that quarterback's name, for the record. That couldn't throw either. Cool. No, like Tommy DeVito is I was thinking about this. I was like, in the last 10 years of the illustrious history of the Syracuse University football program, Tommy DeVito is a solid 4th, maybe 3rd best guy in the last decade, where we go between like 3-8 and 6-6 every year.
Right. Who was the coach? Was it you don't even know anymore.
Dino Babers is on his way out. He's been there for a minute. But who is the coach? We've had some winners since Pasqualoni when I was there. Mm-hmm. Paul Pasqualoni, I should say. Sorry. Whatever.
Awful.
It's just like, it's like, why? I don't know what.
Right. Well, I guess tanking. So that was the only trade that happened for both New York teams today.
Yeah, Saquon stays.
Which makes sense, I guess. They can still keep him for next year. Your offensive line is decimated, your quarterback's decimated, and you're going to get a favorable schedule next year because you're going to finish in last place in your division. and maybe you can recreate the what you did last year, next year. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think from this point forward, though, your defense is still playing quite well, and there's a lot to play
what a
for.
game, by the way. By the defense, obviously.
It was a slop fest.
They did Jesus
what
Christ. Oh, go ahead.
They did what every team should do against the Jets, which is make Zach Wilson beat them.
Dexter
Lawrence.
Did it,
and they did it well for 59 and a half minutes, to your point.
They really did. Dexter Lawrence just created absolute chaos all day. Most pressures ever by basically by a nose tackle.
15
since they started
pressures.
tracking it.
15 pressures in one game. 15 pressures in one game.
Yeah, but by a fucking nose tackle, it's ridiculous. And Tibbs with the big sack at the end, we thought that was game. That would have been awesome. But that would have been a highlight. Yeah.
Yep.
No, you're right. There's plenty here to build on. Banks and Flott especially held their own, even though Banks had to deal with Garrett. I mean, no one can deal with that well. So
no, he still had a game.
So I'm done. Talk some Jets if you want.
I mean, it wasn't. I think it was very frustrating to watch. I shut it off after Saquon scored because I'm like, we can't move the ball. The injuries were piling up again at MetLife Stadium. It's the worst fucking field in the NFL. Can we please get grass in there? I mean,
how many
that's
guys you lose like 3.
We lost.
Stupid.
We lost Connor McGovern, Wes Schweitzer, and Al Woods. On top of Al Woods out for the year with a torn Achilles. Rodgers tore his Achilles on that field week 1. McGovern dislocated kneecap. I don't know what the turf had to do with that. He's on IR for at least 4 games. Oh, no. And Schweitzer, I don't know what the fuck he did. He's on IR for 4 games. So, we've had a bunch of guys go on IR. That turf is garbage. Please just fucking
tear that grass down.
I mean, yes, the fucking HVAC unit. Please tear it down. I don't understand why that was the choice, but it just made the most sense, I guess, from a real estate point of view. Yay. Cool. When was the last time you were there?
It's been a long time. I told you that. I've been there for like other stuff, but I haven't been to a Giants game in at least 6-7 years. It's crazy.
That's crazy. So other than that, I think the positives are Zach Wilson. I'm not going to ding him for the second fumble because it was a new center that hadn't played center in an NFL game ever, and they were working on the snap. But the first fumble was his fault. He got caught from behind with Thibodeau, strip sack. Yeah. He didn't throw any picks, which was good. I mean, he didn't throw a lot in the game because it was a torrential downpour. It was a miserable day to play football. Day.
Imagine going to that.
No, that's no. Have I ever told you my rules of sports? I don't go to a fucking baseball game before May 1st, and I don't go to a football game after November 1st. So this game would have been right on the cusp of that. So I probably would have never even thought to go. And I was actually at the last Jets-Giants game there was the one like 8 years ago, 12 years ago.
Not the Victor game.
I was at the Victor game. Yeah, I'll never go to another Jets-Giants game ever in my life.
Sorry.
Fucking first and 10 on the 2, 98-yard touchdown. Got to see that up close and personal.
You got to see it? You got to see the dance?
That was actually the last time I was at the piece of shit stadium. I haven't been there since. But I also moved shortly thereafter.
Yeah. I remember where I was. I was in LA when that happened. It was delightful. It's the last time we were happy, Giants.
I mean, I think that was also the fucking end of us not making the playoffs.
That was the end of the Rex era.
Yep.
And the Sanchez magic.
There was no Sanchez magic, dude. He was no better than fucking Zach Wilson.
Was that the same year as the butt fumble? Probably.
I think so. No, I think the next year was a butt fumble. I think the next year was the last year of Ryan. I can't remember. It was all right. Terrible, dog.
Obviously, we do. We've done 3 shows about these idiots in the last 4 days.
I will say, 4-3 New York Jets.
Hey, at the table,
playing the 3-5. Los Angeles Chargers on Monday Night Football this week at home. So we'll see how many more fucking leg injuries we get, lower body
Battle of the
injuries
fuck ups. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
well, we're not a fuck. We're 4-3, bro. We win this game. We're 5-3.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not giving up hope until hope's gone. I'm taking all the excuses I can. It was a terrible weather day.
No, you might as well just fucking go with it.
Why? What? Right. What else? What am I going to be mad about?
Yeah, less said about what just happened, the better. Just go forward.
Just it's fucking house money, bro. It's house money, right? Let it ride. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. But it was fucking ugly. It's ugly. It was ugly.
Miserable, and it took forever to watch.
It did. It was especially with overtime. Oh God. I will say the announcer, and then having to listen to Tiki Barber, who is just a self-indulgent prick. Like I cannot. I think he's my least favorite announcer of all of them. And Matt Ryan, who's a goofball right now. He's not. He hasn't cut his teeth.
He's
quite
finding
yet.
his way. Yeah,
he's not great yet. So they're throwing those two assholes together on like the worst game of the week every week.
Of course, yeah.
And they picked the right game for them to be on. Except Tiki's a fucking former Giant player. So.
Yeah. This is what we do to ourselves.
Are you on bye this week?
We enjoy this.
Who are you playing?
Danny Jones will be back or something. Who gives a shit?
I don't think so, man.
I thought I saw he was fucking. Oh, he was cleared last week, which makes all of this weird too. Like, maybe that was damage control yesterday. I don't know.
Let's find out. I'll look it up right now.
But yeah, they did sign Barkley, as you mentioned. So it's Barkley, or I'm sure Tyrod is like in the ICU still.
I know that's the second time he's questionable for. You're playing Vegas this week, and he's questionable.
Oh God, another team fight. 2 fuck up bowls this week. That's exciting.
God, did you watch that shit bag of the game last night?
I started and then I was like, no.
It was so bad, dude. Like the Raiders are such an abomination of a franchise.
Yeah.
I don't know why people keep hiring Josh McDaniels because he's not a good coach. He's not a good. He's just a fat idiot. Like he looks dumber and dumber. He looks more and more like a gym teacher.
And he's an arrogant one.
Yes,
he was the guy that like kept some teams hanging, like or left them, at the altar.
He was also the guy that pounded the table to draft Tebow in the first round.
Yeah, another Belichick guy who turned out to be a dipshit on his own.
I can't wait till Belichick's son and his mullet get hired to be someone's coach. That's going to be great.
You might have to bring up the picture. I don't think I've seen the mullet.
You haven't seen Belichick's son?
No.
Steve Belichick?
I kind of avoid Belichick-related content.
He's such a...
Raiders are horrible, though. But like I turned it on and like Jared Goff threw a tainter, pick 6, and I'm like,
how do I share my screen?
I'm not tonight. There's a little button on the bottom right. Yeah. And it looks like it's grayed out, but it works. It should at least.
Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah, man. Oh,
see this idiot? Look at this idiot.
That is a nice flow. I know. I'm impressed. That's a nice. I don't hate this coming back if it's a thing. It reminds me of like the like late 80s baseball players, early 90s bullshit, and all the hockey players from that era. So,
oh man, whatever.
I welcome our mulleted Belichick overlords. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, I hope he takes over for Dayball as the coach of the New York Football Giants.
Oh yeah, it'll happen.
30 years later, excuse me, you finally hired Belichick.
Wait, we'll hire the fail son. Perfect.
Right.
No, that goes with John Mara. So
there'll be some sort of sexual harassment thing that comes out. Some sort of sexual harassment thing that comes out a few weeks later.
No, that's the Mets.
Speaking of, do we want to talk a little bit Mets? No?
Why?
Do we want to talk some
what you got?
Hockey?
Ooh.
Oh, let's do 5 minutes of the Mets. Council's interviewing this week. We got permission. His contract expires at midnight tonight. So, I don't know. What do you think? You like Council? I haven't heard any other names out there. You don't really give a fuck?
You know what I just realized this whole year, or the last couple of years, just like, I don't have strong opinions on baseball managers, man.
Right.
And and you know why? It's just the job's kind of changed, and maybe we had stronger opinions back in the day because there are these fiery leaders, but now it's just guys who work with the front office and do their thing and connect with the players. It's just a different job now.
Well, what was the guy that I can't remember his name before Showalter? Luis something or other.
Luis Rojas was a first-year guy, very good with the players, obviously, but had no experience. I'll make the argument for Counsell that he has the experience. He's maybe more in touch than, say, Buck is. And that Brewers team has fairly, I don't feel like looking this up, but fairly consistently has had some both good pitching, but especially good bullpens. And the Mets I feel like the Mets haven't had a good bullpen in a very long time.
That's not true. They had a good bullpen last year.
Okay. No, fair.
Yeah,
fair.
With Ottavino and Diaz. And,
I know that a good Mets year is such an anomaly. I just don't think about it right away.
But this year was such a fucking shit show.
Oh, it was embarrassing.
So that's what I think. So 2 notes. Stearns will take care of all that. Counsell and Stearns have worked together. The Brewers have made the playoffs in 6 of the 7 years that Counsell has been the manager.
There you go. What's not to like?
I mean, he's never taken him to the fucking World Series, and he's never, gone that deep. But young enough guy, knows Stearns, wants to set the managerial salary record to push that forward. If he's going to do it anywhere, it's going to be with us. And he's young enough that he can connect with the players. Buck, I think, lost the locker room this year. I think he was over dealing with fucking the analytical bullshit, and he wanted to manage how he wanted to manage, and they didn't want him to manage how he wanted to manage, and the team just couldn't get on the same page.
The team had a bad year too, so that means it's time to go when you don't have that connection. And what was the streak you're talking about there with Counsell?
I think he's made the playoffs every year that he was the manager of the Brewers, except for the first year.
Oh wow!
So yeah. I mean, there's expanded
you gotta like that. I don't jump on people who or teams necessarily that don't succeed in short playoffs baseball series. You know what I mean? It's just.
But this is the only thing I'll say is that the Brewers run their shit on a budget. They're typically bottom third in baseball in salary. They don't want to spend a lot of money. So if they were doing this is my hope, is that Stearns and Counsell were doing this on a budget. And if they now don't have to do it on a budget, they can put in place their procedures that are successful, but they can spend money where they want to spend some money.
So you think they had some nice to haves in Milwaukee that they finally get to unleash here, like in the back of their minds?
Yeah, I think
or just a better version of the Brewers they'll build.
Yeah, I think that their bench at times, and I think some of the trades that were made were more made out of like, this guy's getting to his last year of control.
Yeah, man.
We're not going to resign him. That Hader trade was his worst trade.
Screwed that team up. Yep, and
that was the worst trade that Stearns made.
Yeah.
And he'll even I think admits it. But if you look at it, it was probably because the guy had 1 year left to control, and they wanted to move him at his height. Yeah, they wanted to move him at the height. It also didn't help that he wrote a bunch of racist things on social media, but I don't know if Milwaukee really cares about that. So, Ben, bring it back, rein it in, Ben. So, other than that, let's do a little hockey.
Already, racist posts on Facebook. Right on Power 3, 30 Blue 32.
Well, does it count when my brother shows his nuts to the team masseuse? Is that okay?
Yeah. Go with the good grab and then
Nationwide is on your Nationwide is on your side.
On your side, Omaha. Just say it loud. No, I tried. Okay, I'm convinced. I'm into it. Craig Counsell.
We picked up a guy named Penn McGee today from the Mariners.
Penn McGee?
His name is William Penn McGee. He was a reliever for the Mariners who needed Tommy John. So similar to the Curtis move, we had an extra 40-man roster spot. The guy's probably not going to be ready till 2025. And we picked him up, but he pitched lights out before his arm fell off this year.
William Penn McGee.
William Penn McGee.
Out of the bullpen.
Out of the bull, exactly.
I like it. He sounds like a pre-Civil War abolitionist or something.
He looks like one too.
You got the mutton chops.
Got long hair and a beard. He's a crazy guy.
Praise the Lord, William Penn McGee.
From Nashville, Tennessee.
Tennessee. All right, sorry.
Oh, Doug still hasn't gotten over this delightful Jets Giants game.
It's been a few days. It's been quite a few days.
Let's talk about the New York Islanders.
Yeah, if you want. Sure.
What do you think? Last night,
they like just go to shit sometimes, man. Like they forget how to play defense for like a period or like 10 minutes last night. And
I'm gonna make an analogy here. You know, we got 6 guys. Mayfield's out hurt. Yeah. You got Sam Bolduc, who's playing 7 minutes a night. So you're double shifting these fucking other 5 guys, and you're only giving Bolduc a shift at even strength. Like, if you don't trust the guy, then fucking let him go. Otherwise, it's early in the season. Let the fucking kid play and let him make his mistakes, right? It's just, I don't get it. I don't get it. Let him play 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You're burning your fucking your other 5 defensemen pretty hard right now. I mean, Dobson played almost 30 minutes of ice time the other night.
I know,
which was a career high. It's ridiculous. I don't get it. It's not like 10 games left and we need to go like 7-3 to get in the fucking playoffs.
I know.
It's like game 8. Let the fucking kid play a regular amount of ice time. And if he makes a bunch of mistakes, then maybe we need another defenseman to fill in for him. That's what makes sense to me. If you think he's such a good prospect and you don't want to lose him, then let him play. And if he's not the prospect you think he is, then trade him or expose him to waivers and go get yourself someone that you can fucking play 15 minutes a night. It's dumb. It makes no sense to me.
I can't argue with any of that. It's well said. We just don't get clarity on injuries anymore. So we have no idea what's going on with Mayfield. We don't know if he's back, this weekend or if he's going like indefinite, as they say. That's the most you'll get if he's out for months.
Which I don't understand why the NHL is allowed to have
allows that.
Injuries.
Yeah,
right. Stupid.
I don't know, but I mean, you're not wrong. He did get burned last night in the third, unfortunately. I don't think he's that bad, but the coaches see that he can't complete assignments or whatever. They're not. Yeah, it sucks. I don't know.
Then fucking bring up Hutton.
Bring up Salo or Hutton,
and expose. You got between Gauthier. You can actually still send Holmstrom down and bring someone else up without going through waivers. So what's
thank you.
So
yeah,
they
like Holmstrom a lot, though. I think that's
they do.
Obvious.
I mean, he's playing a good 2-way game for a third line guy.
He's like the Josh Bailey replacement.
Exactly. But like, if you plug in Julian Gauthier or you plug in, I don't know who the other guy on the bench is. That's
the Fasching.
If you put in Hudson Fasching, you're telling me that either of these two guys couldn't play the same fucking game this guy's playing? It's not like Holmstrom's lighting it up on the scoreboard. Give me a break.
And by the way, Fasching has 2 years on his contract, so you could probably send him down and not get claimed either.
Or if he, I mean, clearly within the first 6 games of the year, the gleams off the fucking rose with that guy.
Right,
like he played 2 games and they're like, what is going on here? Send him down. If he gets claimed on waivers, what the fuck is the difference? You have 2 other guys that are the same exact guy in fucking Holmstrom and Gauthier. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like the Tommy DeVito thing. Like, fix this.
It's exactly what the analogy I was going to make before I got sidetracked with my Adam
You're right.
Eyes.
We're on the same page on that, and I would say I don't know what I was going to say.
But otherwise, 4-2-2 to start the year, it's not terrible. Our defense isn't great.
But defense is kind of shit, but they can get it together.
Yeah, our offense isn't great right now. But I do like our first line. It's playing okay.
Yeah. I like our top 2 lines.
Yeah, our top 2 lines are good. Our third line is whatever. And our fourth line is the fourth line.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's all fine.
I'm glad even if he's like still coming back, as you mentioned, it's the same thing with Bolduc. I'm glad they're giving minutes to Wahlstrom. It's not like big minutes, but I'm glad he's out there. And he's not as bad as I don't think everybody wants people to be busts, that especially first rounders, right? Everybody jumps on people.
I mean,
I don't think he's that bad.
He's fucking 21 or 22 years old,
and he's coming off an ACL. Like, calm down.
And he's on the third line with Pajot.
Right.
He's playing responsible hockey. Those 2 guys are way more defensively responsible than him. He can fucking he can unleash a cannon like a one-timer every once in a while. So there's no reason for concern yet. You know, we
And,
got to let these guys play like 20 games to really
No,
get
that's
their legs
fair.
under them.
I'm not mad, and they're at least they're picking up points in these games, although they should have
Right.
won last night.
They should have won last night.
And
It's the
you know,
second time in
that's
2
kind
years
of annoying.
Detroit's done that.
Yeah.
Yes, it is annoying.
And just because they're going to be neck and neck with us for the wild card, most likely.
And it was on home ice. That was the most annoying thing. Like,
Mhm.
come on, man. We should have won that game.
Shouldn't have happened.
It shouldn't have happened. It
I
shouldn't
just
have happened.
and by the way, I don't understand the coaching or the personnel in overtime. It's just like free passes on breakaways to Sorokin. What is he supposed to do? Plus, why is Pajot and Cizikas with Pelech to start? This is not about playing the trap in overtime. You're just trying to score.
I think it was to win. I think they want to win the face-off, and then switch out.
I just don't think it's. I understand that. I just don't think it's a good idea because those guys are slow. And by the way, there's two forwards that I think are starting to be semi-cooked on this team, and it's no one on the fourth line. Actually, do you know who I'm talking about?
No,
Pajot and Lee are looking mad slow.
Yeah, I mean Lee's always been slow. But
the thing with Pajot is like I don't know if he's still got his shot anymore.
We'll see, man. We'll see what happens. Yeah. He's still a formidable third line center for defensive and face-off purposes. Of
course. Yeah.
If he's not shooting the puck as much and that line only scores like 30 goals this year and we have to rely on our top two lines, then we're just on pace with the rest of the NHL instead of what we've tried to do over the last 3 years, which is have four lines we can roll at this all the time and still get offense from.
Which needs to happen for this team to be successful. What you don't want is to be stuck with Pajot's years when he can't play at all. I know it's only 2 years after this, I think, so maybe it's not a huge worry. But you're going to be stuck with 2 years of Lee where he's going to be skating in cement after this one. Maybe you look at dealing Pajot, depending on how the season goes. But I got to say, man, Ben's onto something. I don't mind this like slick back look.
It looks great on you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I think you should keep it. Are you going trick-or-treating tonight?
I don't know, but I will. We have a little like basket in front of the door, so at least give out treats to the kids. Let them see the cat. Put some bat wings on the cat or something. Yeah.
Are you drinking?
Well, I had to do a show.
That's right.
To Bill Bratsky. Bill Bratsky. I'm kind of dressed like those guys. Bill Bratsky wants gave birth to a full-grown heifer cow. Bill Bratsky.
Which guys are you doing? Are you doing? Is this Anchorman or is this Saturday Night Live?
No, dude, Saturday Night Live Bill Bratsky sketch. No, it's neither. Look up Saturday Night Live Bill Bratsky sketches. Okay. There's like 4 or 5 of them. Oh, you're gonna have a night. Are you taking the kid out tonight, or what are you guys doing?
Yeah, we got this little thing around the corner, like a trunk or treat, like party. You know, this is what you take 1-year-olds to now. I'm probably not drinking today, and I'm going to take my kid. She's going to go as Malibu Barbie, and I'm going to go as Malibu Ken. And my wife was a pumpkin today for her school, so she'll probably stay in a pumpkin outfit, and away we go. Yeah.
Are you going to shave your face privates and castrate yourself to be Ken?
Yes. That's actually that's happening.
You better get on it.
As soon as
right after this.
Yeah.
Well, you can.
Are you castrating yourself?
Adam, Coach Gaze, are you castrating yourself by starting?
This was actually him at the fucking podium every time.
Ryan fails his quarterback.
You know, it's just the way the ball went. You know, we're trying to do things here, and we're just trying to, you know, find the holes in the defense. You know, we're trying to do things that work, and these are the things that we're trying to do.
Omaha. I thought we battled.
Can we talk for 5 minutes about the
Eli's just got to get it together.
Brooklyn Nets.
We just got to play better. The who? Sure. What's up with them, man?
The Brooklyn
Catch us
Nets.
up.
So opening So opening day, we play Cleveland at home. We lose last second shot by Donovan Mitchell. We hang with them. Then we go to
That'll happen.
Dallas, and we're winning in the fourth quarter again. 2 minutes to go, and Luca hits like a fucking fadeaway three to win the
That'll
game.
happen.
Yep. And then last night we went to
You got
Charlotte, and
Doncic,
we beat the brakes off of the Charlotte Hornets in Charlotte.
who are a
And
real NBA franchise, apparently.
they're not very
So,
good. So I take no. They were like fighting for like the play-in game last year. They got Ball. They got LaMelo Ball, who is the better of the Ball brothers to date, and he
is
did
that the
okay.
second one? I lost track with all the injuries.
Second one.
That's number
and,
2. Yeah.
And they drafted the kid Brandon Miller. He was the one that I believe was from Alabama that got involved in that shooting last year.
Oh shit. Okay,
That brought,
I might have to adopt this team. I totally forgot LaMelo was like a thing still. I forgot he ended up in Charlotte.
He didn't have a great night last night, but we're a pretty decent defensive team, and we had Ben Simmons on him for a good portion of the night. And Ben Simmons is not a great offensive player, but he is an All NBA defensive player now that he's healthy again. And
How are his mood disorders? Is he feeling okay?
It wasn't him, man. I mean, yes, I think he's a pussy, but I think he really had a back issue, and I think
taking pills for that.
Embiid ran him out of fucking Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And then he was trying to get better, and no one wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. And he's finally taken the last 2+ years to get better, and he's playing okay, man. He's playing great defense the first 3 games. He's playing point center right now. He's doing all right. I don't know. I think the Nets are going to fight between the 6th and the 8th seed. That's my guess. Guess.
All right. So, I mean, you got something to watch this year.
It's been fun to watch so far. I'm sure I'll turn it off by December, but better than Durant and Kyrie's prima donna bullshit. So
it's got to be. Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw Harden got traded last night to the Clippers.
I was about to bring it up. Your boy causing problems again.
I don't think it was his fault. I never thought I'd say that. It was all Kyrie. I blame it 100% on Kyrie. But Harden's now on the Clippers.
Kyrie wasn't on Philly, though. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, he
had to get the
there,
hell
and
out
then
of there, too.
Daryl Morey promised Harden, a max extension, and then he walked it back, and Harden said, "I'm not going to play for you ever again." Then you fucking lied to me. You're supposed to be my homie. I don't know. Okay. I might feel the same. I might feel the same fucking way. I don't know. Harden is an asshole. I mean, I don't think he's a great, upstanding citizen, but if my ownership and manager promised me this crazy deal, and then he walked it back and told me no, I would be like, well, fuck you then, fire me. Or I'm not gonna work my ass off. I'm gonna fucking do the bare minimum until you compensate me for what I'm doing.
I like it. And hey, I'm fine with blaming Kyrie for whatever this latest thing is. So sign me up.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Kyrie.
Yep. Fuck you, Kyrie.
You know what sucks? Like, I hate how we started this show, and like the first couple episodes we did are the ones that get like regurgitated on YouTube or whatever. And, like, I felt like I saw this one show we did called Free Kyrie recommended to me every time I open YouTube, and I'm like, oh.
I think that the algorithm has changed now, because I saw our episode from Saturday was in my new For You feed.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Actually, it might be in mine too. I hadn't looked, but yeah, Free Kyrie, man. I was like, those were heady times. We should have like delayed the release till after the pandemic. But hey, we learned.
We did. Listen, Dougie.
Now we're indie. We're better, but we're indie now.
Yes. Well, we're happy because we got Mikal Bridges, who is a fan favorite. We got Cam Johnson. We got Ben Simmons. We got Spencer Dinwiddie.
We got all these guys coming on the show. I was talking about the show. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. Who should we bring on the show?
You don't have these guys lined up already?
No, but we got John O'Keefe live from his bachelor party.
We do.
I think we should do that when you and him have shotgunned like at least 10 beers.
I'll bring my the gamer helmet, and yeah. And the Huggins interview might be after that, though. It might have to be a two-parter.
Love it. I love it.
Actually, it might be on time. We'll work on that.
Well, what do we want to say, Doug? Because let's wrap this up. I got a kid to take trick or treating. I got to go shave
man.
and get castrated. So,
don't forget to use your Fat Boy sea salt pomade for that distinctive Ken look.
I love it.
And
our first sponsor.
And thanks to Tank 7, you guys make great beer. The Giants will be tanking, and that's why I am about to say, Vaya con Dios, New York Giants. Farewell. Bye-bye.
And
Happy
a special Vaya con Dios to Leonard Williams. Enjoy better pastures in Seattle. Doug, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
See you guys next time. All right.